right, here we go. Welcome everyone to the What is Coaching webinar that Kristin, Ray, and I will be putting on tonight. And I just wanted to introduce myself. My name is Jenn McNeil. I've been coaching for now 2.5 years, two to 2.5 years, somewhere in between there. And I am a stay-at-home mom to Garrett, age 7, and Paige, age 5. I was a teacher prior to having my children and decided to stay home with them as soon as I had my first. And it was a pretty easy decision to be home with them. It was something that I had always wanted to do. And so we lived down in Florida for about 10 years and decided to make the trek back home. And right around then is when I realized I had packed on about 40 extra pounds from where I was pre-pregnancy and was pretty much miserable in my own skin. And I remember walking by my daughter's mirror as we were unpacking her room, settling her into the new home, and not recognizing myself any longer. And that's when I knew I had to do something about it. And I hopped into the program Insanity, which we bought off eBay. We had from years prior that I had had a little bit of success with. So I knew it worked, but it's really not something you want to jump back into when you're that much overweight. So I was feeling that much frustrated that I was willing to try anything. I ended up running into my coach at a mother preschooler program at our church. She was sitting alone at a table, and I decided I was going to join her since I didn't really know many people there. And quickly I found out that she was not only a fitness professional, but a coach, and she invited me to her very first challenge group, which was using T25. So this was early 2013. She invited me to her group, and with that group, she required us to try Shakeology for the month. And I was all in. I love the idea of getting some encouragement from her and from others in the group. I liked that added layer of accountability. And so instead of doing a free group, which many people start with, I jumped right into a paid challenge. It was my Mother's Day present that spring, and I was so happy that it was my Mother's Day present. I really didn't want anything else after, she talked about what it would look like. So from that first group, I lost about 18 pounds from going through T25 one round. I did it another round, lost about 10 more. And around halfway through doing the second round, I decided to drop my Shakeology because of the cost. It was expensive. I was a stay-at-home mom. And I tried a really high-quality protein powder, and within probably 2 weeks, I realized my cravings were coming back. I was a little bit more lethargic. I was more tired. I had cravings, I felt like from breakfast to dinner. And I felt like I wasn't sustained as long with just the regular protein shake. So I hopped back into using my Shakeology every day. And then around December of 2013 is when P90X3 came out, and I joined my coach's group, and I realized that all my siblings and some random friends were joining her group too. And I was like, at that point, my coach had invited me about 5 or 6 times, and that's when I decided, hey, if they're going to join her group, I might as well hop on board and, do a group with her. So I signed up as a coach at the end of December 2013, and really didn't start actively coaching until February of 2014 when I put out there that I was going to be hosting my first 5-day clean eating group. And from there, I've been doing those groups ever since. I do a 5-day every month, a 21-day every month. And my first 21-day was in March of 2014. And I had a nice little group of my closest friends and family. And really have great memories of hosting that first group because it was, just all my most intimate of people that trusted me with their health and fitness journey. I just fell in love with helping people that very first group. So I continued on. This has been a whirlwind of a ride, and I have grown my team to a substantial size, and these ladies are like my best buds, really. I can't even believe what's come of that. And so that being said, I have one of my coaches who's going to share a little bit about her story, and then we'll hop into sharing what actually coaching is and what that means. So Kristin is actually someone I graduated from high school with, and we weren't really friends in high school. We went to a big high school. But, I obviously recognized her when we moved back to the area. Our girls danced together, and we reconnected, and she joined a 5-day and loved it. I remember her loving our 5-day, and she jumped back into my next 5-day. She didn't join a 21-day right away. And I remember being intimidated to ask her to actually coach. So my success partner at the time, and still my success partner, actually invited her for me first. And she had said she had already been considering. So I'm going to let her talk a little bit more about her story. So thanks for being on, Kristin.
No problem. So my name is Kristin Ray, and I signed as a coach November of 2014. As Jenn mentioned, she gave a little bit of my background, but my background before that is that I am a stay-at-home mom of 4 little ones, currently age 8, 6.5, 5, and 3.5. And my background's in physical therapy. So I've always had a love for health and wellness and fitness. Although I've had a love for it and always encouraged it, I have not always been fantastic at it. Even though I knew that's what people needed to do, I worked out to stay in shape, but I didn't have a set gym schedule or a set workout schedule. And when I became a mom, not only did I give up my career as a physical therapist to stay home with my kids, I gave up a little bit of that exercise stuff, or a lot of that exercise stuff. I ate lunch scraps. I was not focusing on myself. And so I was attributing my fatigue and lack of energy to being a mom of 4 kids, 4 little ones. And as Jenn mentioned, last November 2014, I joined after being reacquainted with her, I joined one of her 5 days. And I immediately fell in love with not only the way that I felt during a clean eating challenge, but the idea of being able to help people see how well they could feel through food. It amazed me. And that was prior to even doing a paid challenge, a 21-day challenge or longer. And so it was shortly after my 5-day group that I got in the back of my mind, like, I would love to do that. That just seems like something that would be something that I could do from home. At that time, I didn't even realize that I could provide an income, but I just knew that helping others and having a purpose outside of being a mom could not only continue to motivate me to be healthy, but also help to motivate others. And so it was shortly after that, I think it was the middle of my second 5-day challenge group, that I signed as a coach, knowing that at minimum, I wanted to see where it took me. So that's, and now that's been 1.5 years ago almost, and I am happier than I've ever been, not only because of feeling healthier, but also being surrounded by these wonderful people. So I am going to talk to you a little bit now about what exactly we do as Beachbody coaches. And as Beachbody coaches, we are sharers, we are encouragers, we are motivators, and we are teachers. And we teach and motivate and share how to be healthy through eating well and clean, drinking water, and doing fitness. And we share our love for Beachbody products because those products help to do all of those things I just mentioned more effectively. People see the results quicker, and they leave all the guesswork out. So in 30 minutes of exercise, or a little bit more or a little bit less, we are able to reach some of our health and fitness goals. So we do that through clean eating groups or fitness groups. We also do it by sharing on our personal pages, sometimes on our like pages, or also through private Facebook groups. And we are able to do all of that from the comfort of our own home. So that's what's so great. So Jenn is going to share with you a little bit about the trainings that our team provides to help you do all of those sorts of things.
Yeah, it's pretty basic. We all have this calendar that we follow pretty closely, and while some people may do a free clean eating group, there are also other free challenges that if you feel like that's not your area of expertise that you could dabble with. But I would say about 75% of people do their free clean eating challenges, and that's kind of where we gain our what then becomes customers. And it's really how we build relationships too. And those, it just has this snowball effect of adding people to our network and adding new friends too, which is so cool. So how do you come into this as somebody who may not have even done a 5-day group and jump in and get going? Because that probably seems like an overwhelming idea. I know it kind of was to me when I started. Like, where do I even begin? What is so amazing is we are part of my coach's team, which is Team Phoenix, which is actually a right now top 50 team in the whole network of over 400,000 coaches. So my coach, Megan, she created the name Team Phoenix, and she has a plethora of resources. What I do, what Kristin does, what our coaches do are based off of her tried and true practices, doing these 5 days and doing these 21 days. So she's passed on her resources. We are a team that likes to give and, tweak things and then give some more. So her team, Phoenix, has a whole Facebook group that has a whole file section of amazing tools and resources. Then my team is actually right now, we're actually a top 100 team. We have developed some of our own resources that we share, a lot of menus, tons of created just materials and resources. So we pass those on, and in my file section on my team page, I have those resources. And then Kristin even has her own team page. So we have all these things that we hand over to you. How to run a 5-day, a whole Dropbox file of how it's all laid out. So it doesn't seem as overwhelming as starting from scratch. So on top of those, file sections and those resources, there's also team trainings. And we just started in January our very first new coach training, and it's just 10 days of mini videos in a Facebook group where you learn and respond in some fashion. We really keep it basic. We keep it simple. It's very, very easy to follow. So we have the new coach training once a month, and then once you make it through that, we have another training called the Emerald Group training, which would be your first rank advancement. And then as time goes on, there are others to develop you into a leader yourself. As you sign up, there's something called a Getting Started Right call that your coach would do with you that would talk about the very basic principles of what coaching is and kind of gets you started on the right path of goal setting. And along with all of that information and all those resources and trainings, there is an amazing online office that you'll get from Beachbody that has what we call FAQs, frequently asked questions, that you're able to Kristin's really good at knowing her FAQs, by the way. You're able to go into these FAQs and search a topic, a product, and all of this information spits back to you. So anything that is more Beachbody about the products, you can find an answer on almost every single thing there. On top of all of that, there are live events that we do. There's something called Super Saturday, which is a local event in almost every city within every large city has a Super Saturday. And you get to hear new announcements and learn what's going on from corporate Beachbody. And then there are things like Coach Summit, which is once a year, and on top of all of that, we have a mother team, which is even above Team Phoenix, named Platinum Presenters. And that coach is Christine Dwyer. She's like our way up high coach, and she gives all of her resources out too. So we really, I can't emphasize enough how we give you the tools to get started. We are not going to leave you high and dry. You will not be like an orphan coming in and not have like this amazing family, which we do have. And then, even if you couldn't find, some of the information, your coach is always there for you. I still ask my coach questions. I know that we bounce ideas off one another on our team page. So there's just so much support to get you going. So that being said, that would be one of the biggest objections. I'm going to go into objections too of, a lot of people have objections. Like, why would I become a coach if I don't even know where to get started? I think I just answered that question. We give you so much to get started. Another big objection I hear is the cost. It's expensive, and because we highly recommend that a coach drink Shakeology every day to be proof that the product works, we get the argument a lot that it's expensive. As a coach, you do save 25% on your products from Beachbody. So that cost does decrease quite a bit. You end up saving about $15 a month on Shakeology. And that was a big objection for me. I shared with you earlier how I tried a different protein shake just to save a few bucks. And I really think that the benefits of Shakeology far outweigh the cost. I have seen time and time again people's health improve from using it, and along with clean eating. I have felt the benefits of it myself. So it's helped with weight loss, it's helped with those cravings, it's helped with energy. So that is too expensive. It's kind of like, are you going to spend money now on yourself or spend it later to, fix some of the things that we do to our body than when we're grabbing junk food going through McDonald's? So I think that we figure out how to, budget. I budgeted out drinks like Starbucks and McDonald's drive-thru and Dunkin' Donuts drive-thru to make it seem like it, would be budget friendly to my husband. So you come up with compromises to make it work. The next one is it's too time consuming. I'm too busy. We're all busy, right? We're all busy. I think I'm looking at all these busy moms right here who are on this call. We all have, the same hours in the day. And while some might have, more going on, like if they work a full-time job or they're volunteering in their kids' classrooms, really, we make this, it's really your decision how much time you put into it. If you want to just be a hobby coach, you can put in, an hour a day or less. If you want, I even have a coach on our team who, she works full time and she has 2 little ones at home, and she does groups some months and doesn't do groups other months. And that's okay. That's her decision, and we support her in that way. Obviously, if you're going for this to become a full-time job, you're going to have to put in more time, but it's something you could slowly work up to as well. But we do this awesome thing called the Power Hour, which breaks down those great behaviors that coaches have, and we share that tool with you and kind of how you break down, doing the vital behaviors that a good coach would do. So it's really what you want to put into it. It's your decision. Oh, this was a big one for me. I'm not in my prime shape. How can I coach other people when I'm not in the best shape? And honestly, I will never be, a super fit woman. It's just, I work out every day, but I'm not a little twiggy person. It's hard. It takes a lot for me. So it was really hard when I started because I felt insecure. Like, who's going to want to, follow me? How can I be a coach when I'm, still a size 12? Because at the time I was, which for me, that wasn't healthy. But I can tell you this, I think I attracted different people than someone who is in the best shape of their lives attracted, because they weren't as scared to come to me. But then a person who's in super shape would attract another type of person. The people that feel comfortable with you will come to you, and people want to join you in that journey. And I think that is one of the worst reasons to not join as a coach, because I think that you can, share your journey, you can share your story and get people on board with you as a coach. Another big one was I don't have a big warm market of people, and I don't post on Facebook a lot. I only put a picture up of my kids here or there. That was me. So I debunked that, and you can too. We give you those tools, and we teach you how to use, social media to benefit your business, or, to help you reach more people. So those are the most common objections we hear. The last one I'll share is the market is saturated with coaches. And I will tell you, right alone at my church, there's like 5 of us, and we're all doing just fine, growing, because you end up just networking with different people throughout. I now have people in California, I have people in Texas, and, I've never even really met anyone in Texas or California before. So like you end up networking with different people. You learn to break outside of those circles where it feels like the market is saturated, because it really, with time, you can add to your market for sure. So let's say you're like, okay, you just addressed my objection and you want to get signed up. Kristin's going to talk about what that would look like for you.
Yeah, so if you choose to sign up as a Beachbody coach, the most cost-effective way to do that would be to purchase a challenge pack. As Jen mentioned, we suggest people utilizing the product, because the best way to share is by being a product of the product. And when you purchase a challenge pack, which is a 30-day supply of Shakeology and a fitness program or a cleanse, the coaching fee is waived. So the $39.95 coaching fee is waived, which would technically be a second option, would be to pay that $39.95. Following that first initial either challenge pack purchase or the $39.95, monthly you're charged $15.95 as a monthly fee. And I like to look at it more like a preferred customer kind of fee. Like if you paid for a BJ's membership, you then get the discount. So you do pay $15.95 per month, but as Jen mentioned earlier, you get 25% off not only Shakeology, but any other products that you may put in. The other benefits to becoming a Beachbody coach, though, in addition to the potential to earn money or the potential to lose weight in your journey and inspire others, as she mentioned, we have this large sisterhood on our team, and on the teams above us, or brotherhood. We don't have a lot of men on our team, but we'd be happy to invite them. These girls are cheering us on in all aspects of our life, not just our professional aspect and not just our physical transformation, but in all areas. One of us is sick and all of us are praying for each other, or one of us is having sick kids and we're all there to support each other. Another benefit is that you can make this business your own. As Jen mentioned earlier, you have the option to just be a discount coach. So purely just reap the benefits of the discount. Consider a BJ's membership or a preferred membership to Beachbody. You don't ever have to sell to anybody. You don't ever have to share to anybody, although it's hard not to. You also can make it a hobby. With a couple of hours a day or week, you can make it a hobby, and you do have the potential to make this a career. There are many people on Team Phoenix, Jen included, that it's a full-time income for her. She is making more money than she was making as a teacher. So that's one of the major benefits of signing as a Beachbody coach. There are some others, including the potential to earn trips or to get some really great trainings or some little tokens from Beachbody for hitting specific goals. So there are a lot of benefits outside of. I asked my team this afternoon about what they think the benefits are, and a lot of them even commented on improved confidence and some things that you just don't consider when you join something like this. But there's so many benefits outside of just the discount that I think it's an easy decision to make now looking back on things.
Okay, so she covered a little bit about some of the benefits, outside of financial gains, but there really is an opportunity here. I am going to tell you, this is not a business you come into if you think you can just make money fast, because that is not going to prove to be the case. This is a slow and steady race, I guess, or slow and steady gets the prize if you're looking for this to become a full-time income. But let's talk a little bit about how you do make money from this opportunity. The first would be commissions from sales, about a 25% commission off of anything you sell. We have so many products. We have Shakeology, which is the #1 seller that Beachbody puts out there. We have a variety of different flavors of Shakeology. There are vegan options. So for people who can't have dairy, there's that vegan option there. So really, there are so few people that, there isn't a flavor or a type that it could work for. We have some of the best supplements out there. Beachbody, I just was at a new leaders conference where they talk about how they are not going to put out something that is not of highest quality. They just came out with a performance line for those people who like to lift heavy. There's a lot of amazing products that come in the performance line, all natural ingredients, clean ingredients. They're not putting artificial fillers in there just to make it taste good or to make it cheaper. They really pride themselves in that. Along with the best workouts out there. I've done them all. I have almost every single one, and there is not one that I have not benefited from. I definitely have my favorites, but some that might be familiar to you would be PiO, 21-Day Fix, P90X, P90X2, 3, T25, Insanity. Really, these are like some of the hottest names in really all of the sorry, cancel this out. Some of the most popular workouts that really you have heard of. These are even available live in the gym. So we sell these products. Oftentimes, when we do our challenge groups, we sell challenge packs, which come with a month of Shakeology along with an at-home workout like T25 grouped together. Or if someone cannot work out because of an injury or maybe age, they aren't able to, go full force with the fitness program. There's also something called the 3-Day Refresh Challenge Pack, which comes with a month of Shakeology. So we make a commission off of each of those sales. And while that seems like that would be the only way we make money, that is actually the smallest way that I'm making money at this point in time, or that people would in the future. There are bonuses that come from growing your team. And then even when your team gets larger and you become a leader, there are different types of bonuses from becoming, certain levels of leaders. So there's just a plethora of ways. We talk more about it in our new coach training. But what I do want to say is there is a great opportunity here. If you can be consistent and persistent. Kristin said, I've surpassed my teacher salary, and every month it just keeps going up. If I were to show you a graph, you'd be like, whoa, what happened here? And it's just consistency over time. So all of that is great. And I am hesitant to say that there is an opportunity because of this. If you are not in this with a heart to love others and to help others, you really shouldn't be a coach because yes, money does come in time, and my why is even like it has grown. It's not just about loving and helping others. I do see the potential to make an income. You have to have a heart for others. You have to want to help them change their lives, their health and fitness. That you have to figure out their goals and help them reach their goals. And with that, and with consistency and with time, there is a great potential for income. I loved at that conference I spoke of earlier how the CEO came out and said, if you are in this to make a quick dollar, this is not what our company's about. We are about, showing people that there's another way, that you can live a healthy life, that you can get them in these groups, that you can prove to them that, healthy eating doesn't have to taste like garbage, and that you care for them, and that you want to see them successful, and you want to help them grow. And like Kristin said, I love how our team said, it's not even just about, these health and fitness gains, but what we've gained personally with our, what's going on the inside. I'll tell you for me personally, like I was so insecure, always worried what people thought about me. And I have felt that change slowly over time, that this has given me an opportunity to flex, I guess, my leadership muscles, which I don't know that I ever would have had that opportunity otherwise. So my coach gave me this opportunity. She really fed into my life. She gave me what I needed encouragement wise, gave me the opportunities to, do things like webinars and share on team calls. So, that's what this is about. And yes, money does come in time, and there is a great opportunity, but it's about changing lives. So thank you for being on. Thank you, Kristin, for sharing. And we would love, love, love to have you join our team. There's always room for more. We're definitely a big, happy, and growing family. So if you have any questions at any time, feel free to reach out to the person that invited you to this webinar. Or really, you're more than welcome to reach out to Kristin or myself as well. All right. Have a great night. Thanks, everyone.